It's like Tyson. I'm your Tyson Fury. Now he's the greatest fighter in the world.
Mike Tyson thinks Tyson Fury is the greatest fighter in the world right now. In an interview with Boxing News, Tyson talked about how every fighter needs someone to look up to be a GOAT. Tyson's inspiration was Muhammad Ali, and Fury's inspiration is Tyson, and both reached the highest of highs in the sport.
I knew I was gonna be the best ever. I just knew it. The first day I saw Muhammad Ali, I said I'm gonna be the greatest fighter ever lived. Just seeing him, I didn't even know it. He walked in, I'm the greatest fighter in the world. How did that happen? That must happen. It's like Tyson. I'm your Tyson Fury. Now he's the greatest fighter in the world. How did that happen? You know, how did this shit happen? You look at a guy, next thing you know, he inspires you. You don't even gotta say a word to you. You don't even have to know him. And you're somewhere because of him.
To continue being the best in the world, however, Tyson Fury will have to take out the scary Francis Ngannou in an exhibition bout, which Eddie Hearn thinks will be announced soon.
It's rumoured that Tyson Fury's next opponent will be Francis Ngannou. What do you think?
Yes, I believe so. This is what I've heard. It'll be an exhibition.
Exhibition?
Apparently. No knockdowns or anything.
One of the reasons why Ngannou parted ways with the UFC was the promotion's lack of interest in his boxing plans, but there's a reason for it, according to former UFC heavyweight champion Tim Silvia, who thinks the Cameroonian is not a big draw.
I think if he was UFC, he might have had that opportunity because the UFC did it for Conor McGregor. But Francis Ngannou's not a big draw, and he did well, you know, but I don't know. He's not the greatest heavyweight of all time. He thinks he is.
If anything, Silvia thinks Ngannou isn't that good, and he'd destroy him in his prime.
I don't think Francis is that good. He's a monster, heavy hands, but his punches come from his hips, and he swings wild and crazy. If we fought right now, he beats me. But in my prime, if we could go back in time and I'm in my prime, he's in his prime, I destroy him. He's too wild. I was more of a technical striker than he is.
Speaking of heavyweights, how did Alistair Overeem lose a significant amount of weight in a few months? The big man recently explained it, but before we hear what he has to say, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Thank you. A couple of weeks ago, a photo of Alistair Overeem looking way thinner than usual sent social media into a frenzy. Fans started to speculate that he was battling an illness. Fortunately, that's not the case. The reason is that Overeem has turned vegan and doesn't consume horse meat anymore. According to The Ream, he recently met nutritionist Julian Van Hoven, who prescribed him a few supplements which have changed his eating preferences.
When I spoke to Julian, I asked him what's happening. I don't want to eat my steak, and when I want to eat my steak, because I want to, muscles. And then he said, listen, you had parasites in your body. We gave you the supplements. You start detoxing your body, creating, these supplements. It's just simple seaweed.
Overeem further said that it wasn't him that craved meat, it was the parasites in his body. And now that he's gotten rid of them, he doesn't care about eating meat, and naturally, he's lost weight.
It's not me who needs to eat meat, it's the parasites that influence me. They work through me, that make me think I want to eat meat, but it's not me. And once you get rid of them, you don't care.
Overeem also dropped a major bombshell by saying that he has retired to focus on quote-unquote cool stuff, like promoting a healthy lifestyle.
I actually just decided to stop fighting. It's not, not my thing anymore.
You'd had your amazing career.
It's been 25 years, right? We're gonna do all the cool stuff now.
Conor McGregor may lose a lucrative sponsorship deal with the Miami Heat following his shenanigans at the NBA Finals game between the Miami Heat and Denver Nuggets last month, in which he brutally punched the Heat's mascot and sent him to the ER, days before being accused of sexually assaulting a woman in a men's restroom during the game. McGregor was invited to the game to promote his Tidal Sports spray product, which was due to become the official pain relief partner of the Miami Heat, and under the deal, players would wear the brand logo on their jerseys. According to Page 6, the deal may not go through. Here's what an insider told the news website, quote, "Everything that happened with McGregor was very bad for an otherwise crystal clean organization. I can't imagine the Heat brass want the Tidal Sports patch on their jerseys. It's a reminder of the 24 hours of hell the organization went through." In other news, McGregor has now lost all 6 of his fights as a coach at the Ultimate Fighter 31. Lee Hammond of Team McGregor lost by submission to Team Chandler's Kurt Halaba in the latest episode of Tough. Naturally, McGregor was pissed, and he took his frustration out on Chandler by engaging in a war of words with him before their argument turned physical.
What? Can wait.
Oh, we're gonna do this? We're gonna fight right now? Out of my way. Let's go, baby. Conor McGregor grabbed my face and pushed me. I'm ready to fight right there.
UFC light heavyweight contender Anthony Smith has some really interesting things to say about the Irishman and Tough 31.
I also don't think that this season of The Ultimate Fighter is doing him very well. So I think I don't think so. I think people are getting annoyed by him. And I don't think that's necessarily his fault. It's a lot of editing. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's being portrayed. He looks like a great coach, but he's also making him look like a baby. Like he's kind of whining and complaining and throwing tantrums.
Sean Strickland has come under fire for making a string of sexist remarks like, and I'm quoting, "We need to take women out of the workforce and put them back in the kitchen." At one point during his UFC Vegas 76 pre-fight press conference, Strickland went on a rant about women's right to vote, saying that the United States should strive to be more like it was some 7 decades ago.
Americans, we need to go back to like taking women out of the workforce, and maybe that's where we f***ed up, you guys. We let women vote. No offense, but let me I want to tell you guys something. Think about America prior to women voting. They try to ban alcohol. I don't even drink, but I'm not trying to ban alcohol. So what you did, man, you let these women come in the workforce. Now we make less money.
Now, for some, Strickland's comments were tongue-in-cheek, but for others, they were obviously hard to digest. Here's how Twitter reacted to Strickland's rant. Dudes like him and Colby Covington that market themselves with media backlash and then go on to have dog point fight should get cut. Only in America can a white man freely say women should not be given the right to vote and have people cheer for him and agree with him in the comment section. That's how stupid that country is. Sean Strickland should forever remain uncensored. You don't have to agree with him, which I don't, but the arguments he creates are worth watching play out just for amusement. He bucks the 2023 trend of pleasing minority groups. Strickland is coming off a spectacular knockout victory against Abusmagomedov at UFC Vegas 76, and he now wants to fight Israel Adesanya for the UFC middleweight championship.
Give me the title, I earned it.
I was gonna say, so not that you're gonna put any pressure on the UFC, but like you kind of did them a solid, right? Like you fight the unranked guy with nothing to gain.
Bro, and the one before that, I fought the other guy they were trying to, their last phenom that they were trying to took that guy on a 3-day notice. I took him on a 5-round war, won every round. So, you know, I paid my dues. I paid my dues. Give me that shit.
Does Sean Strickland deserve a title fight against Israel Adesanya? And what do you make of his comments on women? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of mixed martial arts and boxing, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.